right, here we go once again, right back here on the Jeff Fox Show, Repyo Citytv, the People Show. My man Fish and Grits behind the boards over there, and we have a special guest, Mrs. Cynthia Booker. Family in the house tonight.
Yes,
how you doing today?
I am doing fabulous. When family tell you to come out and talk about the pandemic and talk about life and what's going on in society, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
My pleasure indeed. And of course, we want to talk about things people can do, especially us black folks, people of color, as they like to say. We got to come up with a plan. Life will probably never be the same. And these are some of the things we need to know anyway. I'm talking about saving, preparing for your financial future. Tell me more about yourself and why you decided to get into this business.
You know, I started off as a teacher, and that's what I do. I teach. I'm a mathematics teacher. And I find out that it's a struggle being a mathematics teacher, and we don't teach finance. And at the end of the day, people need finance in order to live for today. And then with this pandemic has showed people whereas you need extra finance. In one of our classes, we teach financial literacy, whereas you need 3 to 6 months of savings. And with this big pandemics that happened, many people did not have 3 to 6 months of savings. And we saw whereas within 2 weeks when the pandemic hit, the people was asking for food. So therefore, I saw that it was a need, and by me being a mathematics teacher, finance was something that it was right in line in what I was doing. So therefore, it's helping the community because that's who need help. The community need help. So
how can a family that's typically living check to check, what can they do to get themselves better situated for that future in case something like this happens, like this pandemic? I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for all of us, but you never know what type of curveball life will throw you. How does a family that's living check to check prepare for this moment?
Right, and then to a family that's living from check to check, we have something that called, whereas a family could sit down and budget what they have already, because a lot of time people think that you need a lot in order to start saving. It's like start saving from where you are. And then once you start saving from where you are, like make a budget, because at the end of the day, people live from day to day. They do not have a budget in place. So therefore, that's what we help people to start where you at, have a budget, and then start saving. Because typically, many people, they into religion, and the Bible tell you save 10%. So therefore, if a person cannot save 10% of their income, okay, let's start off where you're comfortable. And then that's how you could prepare. And, of course, we have our Saving Your Future book. This is Finance 101, whereas it helped the family, whereas they could learn to budget.
Very important.
Very important.
Very important. I always sucked at saving. I mean, from we had the little piggy banks as kids, I would save $1 and then I'll go buy some candy, and then I'm down to 50 cents. And that's followed me throughout my adult life. A lot of people live like that. A lot of us can't save. How do you get that discipline where you can just be strong enough to resist the temptation of going to the mall and getting that new bag or those new Jordans? How do you resist that temptation?
And then, too, when I think about how do a person resist temptation, it's all about changing their mindset. You have to first start changing the way that you think. If you don't change the way that you think, whatever you do in life, it will never work. Whether it's like I want to lose weight, because every new year, people want to do something. So, okay, I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to lose weight. So therefore, it's a mentality. We have to change the way we think. We have to do it over and over until it become a habit. That's the only way that anything is going to change. We have to continue doing it over and over until it become a habit. Okay, I'm saving $100. Before I know it, I'm buying some new shoes. Okay, so I have to start back saving that $100 until it become a habit. That's the only way that anything will ever change. We have to make it a habit. We have to change our mindset.
We're talking with Cynthia Booker right here on the Jeff Fox Show, Repyo Citytv. Again, very happy to have you here. Tell me more about the financial literacy campaign and how that works.
Our goal is to help at least 1 million people by the year of 2020. And we are like in big need, whereas we need more people to help us, because by being a teacher again, no one told me about finance. You would think by being in education that somebody will tell you about finance, but I missed that mark. So therefore, we saw that it was a need, that if people learn about finance, what's going to happen is our community going to start changing. Our community is going to look different because we're missing that missing piece, financial literacy. Once we start teaching about education and literacy, then the community start changing.
Tell me the name of the company again, and how people can find you guys.
Right. Well, I'm an independent professional.
Okay.
And you have my number,
Absolutely.
my email. They could easily contact me. We'll get that information later.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it takes a community to raise a community.
Yes.
And we need individual people, whereas to go out and spread out that information, because we are in big need.
Yeah.
Instilling that into our community.
Right.
Finance, Black Lives Matter, all of that go hand in hand.
The trap that a lot of people fall into, they have inadequate retirement plans, inadequate educational plans. I saw that, and of course, inadequate medical plans, because we all get sick as we get older. What you're teaching here is exactly what we need to know in the black community in particular. We need to learn how to prepare for these things that we don't see in the future. It's best to have a plan in place. That is what you're doing, correct?
Right. And Mr. Fox, that's so very important that you said that retirement, medical. And there is different strategies that's in place, whereas people could start saving. Whereas, because I'm looking at retirement, people say, oh, you have to reach the age 65 to retire. 65 is not an age. 65 is what you have in your account. It's not an age. People say, oh, when I'm 65. No, it's what do you have in your account. And we have strategies that we could help people retire when they are ready. And like you said, medical. Medical is something that people don't talk about. It's like, while you're young, while you can, have the resource to save, do it. Because that's what it's all about.
Do you come across a lot of young people that feel like, because when we're young, we think we're going to live forever. We think we're invincible.
Right.
We don't think about the future.
Right.
Not so much. Do you have a program for young people to, incentivize them to think about, the foreseeable future?
Yes, we definitely do. We have our workshop. And this is for the young and the old.
It's the best time to start doing it, people.
And the old.
Yes.
Because guess what? You're never too young and you're never too old. Because sometimes people say, oh, I'm 20 years old.
Right.
I'm fine. But I always tell a person, what if? You have to live life, what if?
Yep. You might slip on a banana peel.
Exactly.
You never know.
You never know. You have to look at life that way. So therefore, you have to set up a strategy. Yes, when you're young, that's the best time. Because while you're young, you have your energy, you have a whole lot of life ahead of you. And so what? You may be a little older. As long enough you are breathing, guess what? You still can make changes in your life. So therefore, we have something for everybody.
Right.
Whether you're 2 years old, 17 years old, and if you're still breathing at the age of 99, so therefore we have something for everybody.
All right. I love that. And of course, you can we're going to have all of Cynthia's information for you. Again, this is a very, very serious time during this pandemic. It's very important for all of us to reinvent ourselves. I'm looking to do that. I'm looking to get more involved in stocks and bonds and those types of things. We need to get our people to think about those type of things.
Right. And, and you mentioned, stocks and bonds, which is very great. You have something that called tax now, tax later, and tax deferred. What most of the people know a lot of people, they don't know that they're in the tax now
Right.
strategy.
Right.
All they know that, okay, I have a savings and checking, which is tax now. So now you have a savings and a checking, you're going to forever pay taxes. It's like we have to find out what the rich people are doing.
Yeah, we
that
got to think
we're
like them. Yeah.
not doing. So
Yeah.
therefore, it's like that's what we teach. But we know that 95% of the people, they're paying tax forever. And we trying to teach people, whereas you don't, let me show you how to pay tax just one time.
Mm-hmm.
And let your money that you pay tax for already
Work for
continue
you.
growing
Yes.
and let it work for you where you
Yes.
become your own money management. Whereas you could leave a legacy behind for your family.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Knowledge is power. Right here on the Jeff
Right.
Fox Show.
And again, it have to be applied knowledge, because knowledge, if it's not applied, it is useless.
Exactly. Cynthia Booker, thank you so much. My cousin, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, and make
the
sure
house right here
he's
on the
going to
Jeff
give you
Fox
the
Show.
information, whereas you could get in contact with me. And therefore, my name again is Cynthia Booker. Guys, email me at info.cbooker@gmail.com. And Mr. Fox will give you my phone number. Please get in contact with me, because at the end of the day, if you need a strategy, if you want to learn how to earn, because I know that a lot of people, because they do not have a job. So
Yeah.
therefore, if you're looking to do something different, if you want to reinvent yourself, we will have a mentor, a trainer to help you. So therefore, this is a perfect opportunity.
All right. Thank you for
Thank you so
supporting
much.
the Jeff
It's a
Fox
pleasure.
Show. I love you and I
Love
appreciate
you more. Mwah.
Rep, yo, city.